And in this particular lecture, we people are going to study about the torsion bar dynamometer. Now, what is this dynamometer? We people will go thoroughly in the torsion bar, but what is this dynamometer and where we people are using? So, we are interested to measure the two parameters, and that two parameters are nothing but they are force and torque measure. So, up till now, we have gone through the force measurement, and force measurement is nothing but mass into acceleration that is measured in terms of Newton. And dynamometers are the device that is used for the measurement of the torque. Now, what is torque and what are the techniques that can be implemented for the measurement of torque? So there may be a mechanical method, there may be a electrical method, 2 to 3 methods we people will go through, and by utilizing some of the examples, we will try to resolve this particular aspect. So with reference to that particular aspect, we are going to study the contents, introduction, different methods that have been used for measuring of the torque, and the reference that has been used to study this particular material. Now, objective or the learning outcome of this lecture is that what you people or what knowledge you are going to gain after completion of this particular lecture. After completion of this lecture, you people will be able to uh, specify or define the torque with the example. Then you people will be able to elaborate or enlist the different techniques that has been used for the measurement of the torque, will be able to explain its working and working principle of the methods that has been presented over here for the measurement of the torque after completion of the entire lecture. Now, torsion bar dynamo. So, introduction. What is a torque? If I want to measure a torque, torque is nothing but it is a twisting force that will lead to cause a rotation. That will lead to cause a rotation. Suppose I am having nut, one nut. Suppose this is the nut, and here I am having a spanner. Here I will represent it with the another color. Across this particular nut, I am having a spanner. Now, what is this? I want to rotate this particular nut. I want to rotate this particular nut. So, what is to be carried out over here? It is supposed to apply a force. It is supposed to apply a force. Then and then only this nut is going to be rotated. Our day-to-day life example, if we are considering a door, if suppose this is one flap of the door which has been connected across the hinges, which has been connected across the hinges. Now, what happens? Either this door will move to this side, or either this door will move to the reverse side. You people just imagine the door of your house and flap of that particular door. So if you want to open a door or if you want to close a door, at that time, what you people are doing? Actually, you are applying a force on the flap or that particular wooden part and trying to either push or trying to pull that door so that it will be open or it will be closed. Means over here you are applying a twisting force on that particular door so as to close it. So what is that? That is nothing but it is the twisting force. Twisting force, similar to that of previous concept that I have applied to open the nut. So twisting force for rotation purpose. For What cause? For the rotation purpose. Now, there are many more definitions. That another definition you can specify as a quantity that represents the tendency of the force in both the cases, nut and door. You people can consider of the force to rotate an object about its axis, about its axis. Now, in the previous case, I have taken the example of a nut, or you people can consider the example of a door. Example of a door. This is the axis. This is nothing but this is the axis. And actually, we are, or whatever the rotation we are getting, it is across the axis. Means the force tendency, whatever the force which we people are applying, either for closing or opening of the door. So force exerted will try to rotate the door to its axis, to its axis. Or other than that, if suppose this is the bolt and on this bolt there is a nut, if we are applying a spanner on this particular bolt, at that time your bolt is fixed, but you are applying a force, means your axis of the bolt is fixed and you are applying exerting a force for the rotation on the nut. So what is that particular definition? Means here we people have justified that particular aspect of tendency of the force to rotate an object, nut or door, about an axis, about an axis, and its unit is Newton meter. What is the unit of your force? It is in terms of Newton. So why Newton meter? That I will justify, because because over here, if we try to analyze, if suppose I take this condition, this is my nut and this is nothing but my actually spanner shape. So I am applying a force at this particular instant. No doubt there is one limitation, that when I am applying a force over here and when I am applying a force over here, the force applied at the color red will be maximum compared to that of the color black, because the distance across this part and distance across this part is variation. So this distance is less compared to this distance is larger one. This distance is larger one. So whatever force which has to be applied at this point will be maximum compared to this one, compared to this particular one. So what you are applying? You are applying force. On what particular aspect? You are applying on the spanner sheet, which is having a length. So length is measured in meters. Length is measured. It can be in mm, it can be in meters, it can be in centimeters or inches, whatever it means. So your torque is nothing but force into length. Force into length. Here it has been specified as force into radius, and your length is measured in terms of meter. So what is the unit of force? Unit of force is Newton and unit of length is meter, or you can centimeter, mm, whatever it may be. So this is the unit. So this is a very simple way to specify the unit of this particular mean. Okay. So here actually example for with reference to that one, that what is going to happen, that force generated by an internal combination of combustion engine to turn a vehicle drive or a shaft drive, whatever the vehicle that we people are providing. So that it is having force, it is having acceleration, it is having mass, it is having torque, and all that means as you try to press a acceleration button, knob or clutch of acceleration, at that time the sound even changes. So you are applying a force to accelerate the things, to accelerate the things. So the torque can be computed uh, depending upon a force at its known radius or a diameter, known radius or a diameter. So torque can be given as a product of force into length or force into radius, where force is in terms of Newton and radius uh, from the point of pivot, or actually where you people are interested to have, whereas radius is measured in terms of your meter.